Want the world's
And welcome to the Hall of Fame program right here from beautiful Hollywood, California on WCOBM, the World Center Broadcast Media. And hello out there to so many fans. Hello, that's Southern California. And up in Northern California, hello, Las Vegas. Hello, Atlanta. I can say hello to the whole world. But why should I? Because I got an international person as guest here. How are you doing? Welcome to the World Center Broadcast Media.
Thank you for having me.
Tell everybody, who am I talking with?
This is Yixian Cindy Liu.
Well, Yixian, you, first of all, I would like to welcome you to being on the Hall of Fame. We're going to let everybody else know what big, important role you play with us here at WCOBM in Hollywood. But tell me, the Hall of Fame, when we talk about that, we talk to people from all over. You have been a student who studied so much about international, coming from one environment, and you've talking about how does food, travel, and entertainment in your life, how do you see those having such an important role with everyday people?
Definitely. So I think those three topics definitely really brings countries together, really bring communities together in my experience. And I think that everyone loves travel, everyone loves food, and everyone will love entertainment at some point in their lives. So, and you know, when you start to like talk with someone about anything, it is something like everyone will have some knowledge on, and you can like tie with, and you can talk about over. Let's see. Yes, for example, if you travel to China, for example, we can talk for like 15 minutes just about like a food we both shared before, you know, some similar things like that. So I think it is definitely a way to bring people together, to bring communities together, and to make the society and the world a better place.
You know what, our world is so versatile. We're going to break down those subjects, everybody. And what we're talking about is the way that another way to look at our beautiful world. And of course, my guest here is sharing it because being a study. But you know, and in college, what did you study? Was your studies that you enjoy doing?
So I studied a double major communication and international business because I really enjoyed the international aspect of business, and I also love the side of communication where it brings business together internationally. So that's what I was studying in college in Valparaiso University, and from that, and then from my experience on campus and you know interacting with people with different backgrounds, really gave me a unique perspective in seeing the world and sharing my stories and experiences.
You know, that communication field and your background is just fabulous, and like I said, we're going to share with our viewers just so much what you think about WCOBM. I want to go back to the travel. Let's start with travel, then we're going to go into food, then we'll go right into entertainment. Looking at people, what would you say the people who have had the luxury of travel, what benefits do they have over normal people who have not? And this is a worldview question.
Yeah, that's a great question, because my passion is trying to tell stories of my own and other people, so they can get out of your comfort zone and travel to a country where you probably not gonna speak the language.
Yes.
You're not gonna get really familiar with the food you're gonna eat, and really experience something different and new and really unique. And once you experience that, your perspective will change dramatically. I've heard so many people telling me, including
I have
you,
to
Bruce,
agree too. Absolutely.
You know, travel.
When I was, when I went, I had the experience to go into China and visit. It was completely different. If you've never been out of the country, it's a completely different world. And now, when I have much more appreciation when I see people come from other countries and they tour in some of the popular cities that our network is located, like Las Vegas or here in Hollywood, California, just to name a few, I can understand and relate to them because you're seeing something so different from as simple as looking at the lettering on a business or looking at a menu. When we talk about foods, I was just going to use a good example of your country. There is some of the popular cities like Shanghai, and then there's Beijing, which is the capital. Show everybody the difference of just some of the way people there look at food as compared to when you come in LA or maybe in South Carolina.
Right. So I'm from the north. I'm from the province called Henan and Zhengzhou. Zhengzhou is a city.
That's near Beijing, right?
Yeah, that's 2 hours south from Beijing. And so the typical meal we'll have every day will be noodles, noodle soup, versus I do have friends from like places in the south, such as Shanghai or Hong Kong. They'll have rice with everything as their daily meal, and that's a really that's the biggest difference between like meals
Now,
from the regions.
Being American, like, we think in noodles, so you know what we think of our noodles. Your noodles has a whole different perspective to that when it comes to culture food. Share that with us.
So I think for me, being in the U.S. for so long, noodles here are just pastas, right?
Pastas?
Right?
Okay.
And ramen, to people's knowledge, this is like a typical Chinese noodles. But if you actually live in China or visiting China for a little while, you realize that in different regions, I can't even name it. There's just so many kinds of noodles. For example, for my hometown, Henan, we're famous for this noodles called hui mian, which is a thick noodles. So it's a handmade from like a dough, and you drag it to very long, and then you cook it that way. And versus it's completely different from like the shape of ramen typically. And yeah, and then the other, I guess in the south they have. Not in the south. In some region, they have they cut up the dough into the pot and in a way.
You know
that,
what? And the reason that this we're talking about this, those of you out there watching, because the international environment, and the reason we bring it because WCOBM World Center Broadcast has so many different countries that enjoy our programming, where we reach up to about 5 million and growing. So we're looking forward to that. When it comes to entertainment, what do you see Americanized as also when you look in another country, such as Asia? How do you see the different perspective of people there?
I think people here are more bold than...
More bold?
Yeah, in like entertainment, like, you know, you can try everything and see what the reaction will be in order to continue or not. And that's really what I love about it. You know, it's all about trying things out, new things, and see what the public react to it and everything.
And you would say in the Asian culture, well, it's not culture so much, entertainment world, what would you say about that form of entertainment?
I think it's more about like a family and reunion kind of a thing. When, you know, people go to any event or entertainment, it will be about, oh, the family will go together, and it's a way for family to bond a little bit more. It's in that kind of sense. But I'm
fantastic.
Not,
I see that, and I brought it. You know, right now I want to share with everybody that, of course, at WCOBM, you talk about the communication, the college graduate, and all. How has your experience been with us so far as you work with Julie and I and doing some interning here? What have you thought about the many people and the guests in WCOBM? What do you think about it?
Oh, I love it here. First of all, this beautiful view of Hollywood Boulevard, and then the people working here are really diverse, and you get to like learn so much. Just by talking to you, Bruce, for like 5 minutes yesterday, I learned so much. Yeah, and we have a really diverse group, and then.
Well, the reason we share because we want everybody to know. Of course, we call her Cindy. She's going to be out at our booth along with Joanne and Power, our TV host, of course, our CVO, Julia John, and myself, and Marvin over there that we don't see. He's in the background making sure we sound and look great. All out at the TechX Expo that's going to be happening all Thursday, and we're looking forward to so much high tech, and we're going to be sharing the story of WCOBM. If you had to ask the world any question before we go out there, what would you want to say to anyone? It could be about anything you think. What would you tell the world?
I would say get out of your comfort zone. Magic always happens outside of your comfort zone, whatever it is.
Fantastic. Tell everybody your complete name and everything.
My name is Yixian Cindy Liu.
And of course, that's WCOBM Hollywood, new intern that's on board with it. Thank you so much. This is Bruce, Commander Garrett. Remember, always take care of the people. They'll take care of you.